Hello, 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 YouTube. This is Total War Master here. Thanks for stopping by. And today I have for you guys some Napoleon Total War. No, I'm not going to go ahead and divert away from the Empire Total War. I just wanted to go ahead and have a little change of scenery, which is what we got. And today I have for you guys Prussia, which is me, versus Great Britain, and I forgot his name again. I forgot the I really need to keep track of the name. Okay, I promise this time I'll try to keep track. So anyway, let's go ahead and look at my mighty army. I'm bringing 2 companies of these. I'm gonna just butcher this. Silesian Schutzen regiments units. I don't know, but all I know is they looked awesome, so I just picked them. I'm bringing 3 units of these Prussian Fusiliers here. Very deadly unit. I'm also bringing about... Most of my army is musketeers, so... I'm bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 musketeer regiments, as well as one of the almighty... Those are musketeers. Where did they go? There they are. The almighty... What? There they are. The almighty foot guards. That kind of had me tripping a little bit. The amazing foot guard unit. And to add to that, I am bringing 1 7-pounder howitzer, as well as some dragoons and some Lutzos Freikorps. I don't know. And my opponent, who is Great Britain, one of the best factions in here, next to France, is the light foot unit. More light foot and fencibles. These guys are awesome looking. Moving on to the rest of his army, he's bringing in about, I think, 4 units of these rifles. I can't really see the rest of them because they're kind of concealed here, I think. But I think he's bringing 4. He's bringing about 6 companies of these about 9 companies of these foot infantry. Going fairly cav heavy. He's bringing some light dragoons in on this battle, and he's bringing one of the very deadly 5-inch howitzer units, one of the best in the British arsenal. So let's go ahead and get this battle started. So basically, you guys know me. I always like to split my armies into battle groups. So this is Battle Group 1, and that's the reserved corps I have over there on my left flank. Those are my cav. I also have my Battle Group B, and I did want to make this one a C, but I just decided to have it just blend in with B. So we have... I missed that. I can't believe that. But we have... Great Britain's 5-inch howitzers firing on my Silesian Schutzen unit, killing a few of them, but they are still not wavering, so that's awesome. So I finally have my artillery firing on his rifle units. I always like to fire on the skirmisher units. Every game I play, guys, I love to kill the skirmisher units before anything else, because those are the ones that rack up most of the kills. And it seems like my opponent had the same idea as well. So at this point, it was just kind of a battle of artillery. And we kind of sat here for a little bit longer than I wanted to. So just to antagonize him a little bit, I changed the direction of my howitzers and had them fire at this foot unit here. And then in retaliation, he tried to hit my, I think he tried to hit my artillery, but no cigar. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this, because it does just tend to be kind of a battle of artillery for a little while. So there we go. So at this point, this is where I kind of got tired of just arty battling. I really hate that. I don't like that at all. I don't like it where it's just a battle of artillery pieces. And I think he thought that too, because he moved in his foot. I moved in some Prussian Fusiliers as well as my Musketeers, backing them up along here to try and take care of their light foot. But what I didn't notice was their light dragoons. So I moved in my Musketeer units right along here so we can maybe try and take a charge if they come in at us. So along here, you guys know Napoleon. It makes sense, but I mean, for real, the terrain was literally like blocking my shots, so I had to put them on hold. And it's actually pretty cool. I kind of do like to do that sometimes. I'll have them hold fire, and then right when they get there, I'll have them fire at will. So here we go. We have the foot infantry coming right in. We have my artillery pieces firing in the background. So now, as you guys can see, the battles escalate fairly quickly when two guys get pretty angry with just artillery. It turns into a full-blown battle here. So checking up on my very, very far right flank, I decided to shoot down his light dragoons. I do tend to do that too. I don't focus on, when I focus on just parts like this, I don't tend to focus on what's happening to the rest of my army. So they routed my Prussian Fusiliers. I tried to get them back, but they were just shattered. So over here I moved in my reserved Musketeer units along the side here to try and box him in and try to take care of his foot. At this point, he charged in his guys in a last-ditch effort to try and take care of my Silesian Schützen. Didn't really work out too well for him. We have my Musketeers firing right at him. Let's look at the point of view of these guys. Shoot him! Shoot him! Right in the tree line. So I have my artillery pieces still firing over there. I did divert fire to just shoot at these guys a little bit. I think it was these guys, just to add effect. I really like the howitzer effect in this game. I think it's a little bit better than the Empire howitzers, but that's just me. So as you can see, we have my brave Musketeer units with their awesome army boots. There they are. Awesome hits from my artillery, leading to a mass rout. Again, terrain, absorbing my bullets. So checking up on my far right flank, now that that was done, I finally focused on it. They charged into my, I think it was my, Schützen? Yeah, I think it was, no, it was my Fusilier regiment, and they charged right into that. But I was able to get off very, very good volleys on his horses, as well as these Musketeer units up at the top here. So you can see, oh, I just love the artillery howitzers in this game. So we have my artillery howitzers firing on them as much as they can. I got my guys in a square formation, but lucky for him, he was able to break the charge and retreat back. But it wasn't going to do him any good because my guys were able to get the rest of the shots off on him. So there goes his light dragoon regiment, and I think his last dragoon regiment will finally rout about here. Nope, take it back. So at this point, he's like, you know what? There's no point in taking on his lines. They outnumber me like 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 now. I'm not good with that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna say it's like 2 or 3 to 1. So he decided to pull all of his men back to his artillery pieces. And as you can see, they are doing a fair amount of damage to my Fusilier regiments here. So he kind of pulls all of his guys back. One thing he told me at the end that he couldn't remember that he left these troops here. I think that's kind of a lie. But he had these troops still here. He had the Lightfoot and the Fencibles unit right here, which I think probably would have done pretty well against this, but oh well. So as you can see, I have my artillery still firing on the retreating British soldiers here. No quarter for these guys. So along here, I moved in. I moved in a few of my army only because I didn't want to move any of them up yet, because now he has the high ground, and I don't want to charge all my guys in to the high ground just so they can get slaughtered by these guys, because this does seem like it's a small regiment. And not only that, I have to be worrisome about the infantry reserves that he has over here. So if I were to charge up there, he could maybe in time, I mean, it's always about time, he could maybe get these guys over here to try and stop my attack, my guys rout, and then I lose the battle. But, well, you know, yeah, so I just decided to wait and plan for a minute on what I was going to do. So just to test out their strength a little bit, excluding the artillery that they are clearly destroying me with, I moved in the last of my Silesian Schützen regiments. Well, actually, I don't think that was the last. I think I had one more left. But at this point, I moved them both in. I moved in my army little by little. I kept my cav back just to watch these guys. And the reason being I did that was just so I can test their strength. I didn't want to go in guns blazing because of that reason. Not only because of the artillery, but because of high ground. So this is going to go fairly slow, so let's go ahead and fast forward that up. I moved my cav over along here and had them wait, because I had a role for them, and you guys will see what that role was. So here my musketeer regiment finally got there. The range of the musketeers in this game for Prussia are just amazingly OP. I don't know why they're so, I don't know, they could be the same range as these foot units here, but I always think they have larger range. I don't know why. So I moved in, like I said, a few of my Schützen and Fusilier units up with my musketeers always backing them up, as well as my artillery trying to take care of the 5-inch howitzers, but they are not hitting anything at this point. So let's go ahead and fast forward it one more time. So they're just literally raining hell on musketeers. This actually kind of turned into an artillery battle at this point. I'm just glad my my men held from that. Really good holding action there. So at this point I moved in my musketeers just to see if I could maybe get a few shots off of the foot and light foot guys. But at this point, when I got them to finally start firing, I was like, you know what, there are already this many casualties in, I might as well just use them. So at this point, I keep moving my guys in inch by inch. I'm using the distraction of these guys to move in my guys a little bit more. So as you can see, we finally got him. Again, Napoleon Total War. The freaking terrain always likes to soak up my bullets, so as you can see, they finally routed my musketeer units here. Look at these guys, are just literally trained in killing Prussians. Oh my god. So we have the artillery firing in the background. We have brave Prussians trying to take the hill. So along here, this is what I had my dragoons on standby for, was to try and take care of their rifle unit and their light foot unit. with my musketeers trying to take care of this as well as my artillery. So as you can see, he was able to get one rifle unit left back there. We have guys that are finally routing. And then he charged in the last of his light dragoon units. Just look at the carnage going on here. I mean, we have Englishmen dying on the field of a hill. We have my own men getting destroyed by my own artillery. So, at this point, I finally routed the last of their skirmisher units. I think light foot or skirmisher units. They have light in the name, so I'm guessing they are. So here we have his last mountain foot unit marching to their devs here, trying to make the best of it, but they just can't hold and they run off. The remnants of his men that remain are on his left flank, and they're just a mere light foot and foot regiment. But I do have to commend this light foot unit, though. They were holding pretty well, especially against artillery and gunfire from all of these guys. And then we finally got a rout, leading to my men taking this hill in the name of Prussia. I would say I think they had a Kaiser in that time. I don't remember. If they did, then I would say his name, but I don't know his name. So if this was the World War I mod, I would use Kaiser Wilhelm, but no. So here we have a gallant last charge of light foot and regular foot charging right into my musketeer units. I tried to get them into a square formation. Got off one shot, one kill. Literally leading to a rout of my musketeer men. Look at this guy. He's like, I'm okay, guys. I'm okay. I don't know. What? Oh. Oh. Ooh. Okay, this Brit is not fooling around with his little melee tricks. But I guess in war you can't fool around that much when it comes to melee. So here they tried to charge into their house, this house here. I wanted to stop this guy from getting in there because it would become more of a pain to get out the more guys that are in there. So I stopped them. At this point I just went ape shit on him. And I charged in a musketeer unit, my foot guard unit, and the remnants of this musketeer unit right into the house. It was just awesome. Just to see so many regiments converging on this tiny little house with so few men in it. But at this point I think he moved his guys out, which was a bad idea. At first I did want him to shoot at the house, but he moved him out, and I was like, okay, you know what, that's probably better. So he charged him out. You can see my foot guard unit and my musketeer unit going in to take him out from the door. There's too many. We have to retreat. Okay, that was the worst English accent I've ever done in my life. If you're English, don't make fun of it. And please don't be offended. Just look at the carnage. Adding insult to injury. My foot guards come right in to crash the party. Oh, this sword guy though. This guy just slit his throat. Good job, sword and flag guy. You did good. Okay, so we finally led him to a rout. I got my guys that were in this house back. Now over along here, I wanted to finish off the last remnants of his Fencible and his Lightfoot units. So as you can see, I'm just throwing everything I have at him, artillery and all. As well as the nearest musketeer and cav unit that I had left. So I charged in my cav unit, and they got off a few good hits. But that led him to a rout. He's marching in his Lightfoot to try and help him out, or help his Fencibles out, but it won't help. But I have to admit, these guys were pretty stubborn. When I thought they were like shattered and gone forever, they actually came back. And that was kind of a little bit frustrating.
Our men are running.
So we have his last, or I think, no, his second Lightfoot unit destroying my cav units. I marched up my musketeers foolishly. I didn't put them on run, so they got there a little bit late, and they ended up taking some bullet fire. So we have my artillery providing as much cover as they can. Let's get a good zoom in of this. So I have my musketeers unit charging in. We have my other regiment charging in. We have my musketeers regiment trying to do the best they can to break this Lightfoot unit. And remember how I said they were pretty stubborn? Well, they were pretty stubborn. They routed my first musketeer unit that I sent in. And foolishly, I charged in this musketeer unit to try and help out this musketeer unit. And like I said, pretty frustrating. They always came back. Like a cat that you didn't want to ever have come back, but they came back anyway. So, foolishly, like I said, I charged in my musketeer unit to try and help out these guys, but it was a little bit too late by the time I got there. So these guys pretty much just took the brink of the Lightfoot. Now, you're probably wondering, why is the artillery not firing? My artillery glitched out, so I had to put them back in, I had to put them in unlimber mode and then limber them back up again. Or limber them up again, limber them up, and then unlimber them so they can start firing on that position again. So let's just go ahead and get some good shots of that, because I don't know how much I can express my love for this artillery. So here they come, the first shell. A big miss. Can the fourth one come in? Almost. A little bit off. So at this point they routed the last of my musketeer unit on my right flank. This would be my left flank if I was facing that way, but I'm just going to say right flank. So you guys know how I always say that I hate having to just be there and march my guys that are so far away. It takes like 15 minutes to get there. Well, I'm in that situation, and my artillery isn't really helping too well. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward that up. At this point, I got pretty angry because I don't know how these guys routed my my musketeer units. So I saw them go in for this house. So the nearest musketeer unit I had them go into the house here.
We have taken the buildings up.
Go in as much as they can. Fill it up like a clown thing. Just have them shoot at the incoming English that are coming. I had my Prussian Fusiliers coming along here. But at this point, I think they just lost the will to fight. And as soon as they stormed in, they just shattered instantly. I also had my artillery. I had my artillery fire on the house just in case my guys didn't get there. But anyway, we finally routed them. With a tremendous victory for Prussia, we took the hill here with millions of casualties. As you can see, we have millions of casualties on both sides. So anyway, good game to my opponent, Jack Rabbits. Like I said, I always got to remember the name. So Jack Rabbits, good game. You were a pretty good opponent to go against. I kind of did think you were, if you're watching this, I kind of did think you were going to break my whole army when I got there, but you didn't. So yeah, good game to you, man. So anyway, guys, leave a like and a comment, and subscribe if you're new, and if you like my stuff. Remember, there'll be more videos coming after this one. So this is Total War Master signing off.